Can you taste the sweet blossom? Look towards the sun, so shadows fall behind, ever unfolding, always flowing and flowering further towards the light. Bloom. But how do flowers flower? How do plants know how to grow? This is the science of direction. Stratocytes are cells that respond to gravity. They release a hormone which instructs the roots to grow down and the shoots to shoot up. The plant eventually loses this function, so relies on a new process, phototropism. Phototropism determines the direction for growth by the angle of light. Plants are chasing after the sunlight. But there's a problem with this explanation. It doesn't get to the root of what we're really asking. And this is where science fails. Science can answer lots of questions, like how, what, when, where. But the one question which can never be answered is the question why. Why does a flower bloom? Why does a flower flower? What about asking a new question instead? Something like, how do we even begin to describe the design of plants? I like that question better. It's now a question of language rather than science. Botany is the branch of knowledge concerned with the study of plants. Could we familiarise ourselves with some basic botanical terms? Here, just take a look at all the ways to describe leaves alone. Their shape, their arrangement, their venation, their margins. What about this? Inflorescence is the term used to describe the arrangement of flowers. Here are just a few different combinations. But what about the flowers themselves? This violet, it's an example of bilateral symmetry. This cranebell is an example of radial symmetry. Here are over a dozen different flower shapes and forms. Whorl. It's the term that describes the spiral pattern that leaves or flowers stem from. Do you feel overwhelmed with all this technical language? Caitlin Lynch is a gardener of Naval Cemetery landscape. She says, learning to identify plants and botanical terms can feel overwhelming with so many technical terms. Caitlin goes on to say, however, this knowledge is learned through repeated observation and pattern recognition. Even though Caitlin is talking specifically about botanical terminology, she is actually making a wider point. Language itself is repeated observation and pattern recognition. This is the language of the plant kingdom, an inexhaustible range of creative combinations. The beauty of science speaks for itself. It's almost as if someone has put careful thought into this intelligent design. Why does a flower bloom? I don't know, but I'm glad that it does.